Lifelong Democrat Charlamagne defends Trump and Elon Musk after the media has an absolute meltdown. You have got to check this out.
I think really it's essential that you win for the good of the country for this election, and I mean I'm just stating my opinion. You know, people in America want to feel excited and inspired about the future. They want to feel like the future is going to be better than the past, and that America is going to do things that are greater than we've done in the past, reach new heights that make you proud to be an American, and excited about the future.
They want the American dream back. They want the American dream back. More important than anything else, it's like you don't have that today because the people, they've been just sucked. They see incompetent people running our. The Biden thing is very interesting. People just found him to be incompetent. And when I debated him, I was like, is this for real? It was.
Yeah, it was just absurd. I mean, he's clearly, like, we just don't have a president right now.
You don't have a president. And she's going to be worse than him because she is a San Francisco liberal who destroyed San Francisco. And then as Attorney General, she destroyed California. And what she's done with crime, with cashless bail, where you kill somebody. I mean, we have states now you kill somebody and they let you out right away. I mean, you don't have to even put up, and then they never find the people unless they kill again, and then they let them out again. Our country is becoming a very dangerous place.
The thing is, Elon Musk has been a lifelong Democrat all his entire life. Never voted Republican, but now he's finally turning to Donald Trump because of Donald Trump's personality and he thinks he's hilarious. No, it has got to do with the fact that he thinks this country will not recover if he does not win. What's happening right now in this country, if the Founding Fathers knew, they would be turning in their graves. The media machine has just been propping up the Democrats and attacking Donald Trump mercilessly for years. When it comes to Kamala and Joe Biden, how come these are the options for the Democrats? When you look back at the history of Joe Biden and Kamala, what do you see? Disaster everywhere. Plain and simple, California is a mess, and if Kamala had anything to do with that, which she did, she should be out of the running completely for president, because if you cannot run your home state, what makes you think that you can run the United States of America? What really pisses me off about this is that all that Elon Musk did was interview the man that you all deplatformed, and he had to create his own social media to even get his voice out. He's just giving him a chance to speak. He is the presidential nominee for the Republican Party. He has millions upon millions of people who support him. Why should that man not have a voice? In fact, he offered the exact same conditions to Kamala, but Kamala wants no part of this conversation. The reason is because she doesn't have a vision. All that she's running on is, hey, I'm not Donald Trump. That's it.
False God.
He talked about a lot. It was kind of a bit of a snooze fest for me, but he definitely covered a lot in regards to that. Meanwhile, on the other,
it's so interesting. I didn't think it was a snooze fest at all. Like I listened to I only listened to about 30 minutes of the conversation, and in those 30 minutes, I heard them talk about the border extensively. Yep. And I heard them talk about the economy extensively, and that is why Trump resonates with so many people, because he's speaking to the issues, and those are the two major issues. Folks don't care about all that other stuff as long as what they care about is being addressed. People want to know how they're going to have more money in their pocket and how they're going to feel safe.
Well, that's what his base cares about, right?
That's what everybody cares about. When you're having a conversation, you're talking about light bills being lower, and you're talking about
border
groceries
control,
being lower,
having
and border
jobs.
control. That's what everybody cares about. That's not just his base.
Hallelujah! Charlamagne said something that actually makes sense for a change. See how refreshing it is when shows like The Breakfast Club aren't melanin hustling to keep us divided and constantly pander a racist narrative that doesn't exist anymore. DJ Envy, the more fair-skinned guy in a hat, he started to tiptoe into that delusional realm for a second by saying, well, that's what his base cares about. No. Thankfully, he got corrected on the spot. We, the people, don't like our money acting funny, or at least those of us who still cling to reality and logic. We don't like having to worry about illegals unleashing chaos in our country, which is why we fully support Donald Trump for president. By we, I don't mean ABC, all bullcrap, or CNN, the clown news network.
All right, hello everyone. My apologies for the late start.
users getting messages like this saying details not available. Those who were able to get into the live stream welcomed by hold music, then silence.
Now doesn't that voice just sound familiar? I could have swore I've heard that same tone somewhere at an event that Trump was at recently. See if y'all recognize the woman doing the commentary before she makes a grand appearance at the end.
X saying more than 1 million people eventually signed on.
I'm looking at the numbers. You got a lot of people listening.
Musk said he wanted Trump to reach open-minded independent voters, kicking off the conversation.
Everything, and he really liked me, and I got along with him.
Trump also describing a conversation he had with Putin about invading Ukraine, saying he told him not to invade.
Notice how she tried to make that sound like a bad thing, that we get along with foreign leaders so we don't go to war with those same countries.
The former president laying out what he would do if reelected, insisting one of his first acts would be shutting down the Department of Education.
I want to close up Department of Education, move education back to the states where states like Iowa, where states like Idaho, not every state will do great. This is where I need an Elon Musk. I need somebody that has a lot of strength and courage and smarts. I want to close up Department of Education, move education back to the states.
The Harris campaign highlighting that clip on social media and responding to the interview saying Trump's entire campaign is in service of people like Elon Musk and himself, self-obsessed rich guys who will sell out the middle class and who cannot run a live stream in the year of 2024.
No, what happened was a DDoS, a distributed denial of service. So many people were interested in hearing this conversation, people that were genuine and disingenuous, that flooded the website, and so it couldn't handle it. The servers couldn't handle it because so many people cared about what Donald Trump had to say.
What they say is so absurd. How are the rich elites the ones that are backing Donald Trump? People who donate to his campaign are the lower and the middle class, the everyday Americans, not these billionaire corporate oligarchs like Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates. We just want the ability to provide a better life for our family through hard work. And under the Biden and Kamala administration, they basically want a socialist regime where the harder you work, the less rewards that you will reap.
All of those things help us Americans. They don't help China. They don't help Ukraine. They don't help all these other countries. He takes care of home base. Be honest for once, ABC.
The Harris campaign also accusing Trump of slurring his words. The former president brushing off dire warnings about the impact of climate change, saying rising sea levels will lead to, quote, more oceanfront property. And he promised the largest deportation in history, attacking Vice President Kamala Harris on the administration's handling of the border, calling migrants non-productive people.
Illegal aliens are non-productive people. We don't want them here. That's a good thing, once again.
Trump casting Harris as liberal and attacking Jewish people who support her, repeating claims that have been widely called anti-Semitic.
And I say, if you're a Jewish person or if you believe in Israel, if you're a person that, is very pro-Israel, if you vote for her, it's worse than Biden, and Biden was bad. But if you vote for her, you ought to have your head examined.
That's because she's pro-Hamas. She's not pro-Israel whatsoever. That's what he's saying. They tried to twist it and make it sound like he was anti-Semitic and he was anti-Jew. No. He's for what the Bible stands for. He's for Israel. We should support Israel. We shouldn't send all of our money to them. They can handle themselves, but we should be in full support of Israel, not Hamas.
Also at one point saying the new Time magazine cover of Harris looks like his wife.
I saw a picture of her on Time magazine today. She looks like the most beautiful actress ever to live. It was a drawing, and actually she looked very much like our great first lady, Melania. She didn't look like Camilla. That's right. But of course, she's a beautiful woman. So we'll leave it at that, right?
And in a sign of just how much the former president has struggled to pivot to a new rival, Trump also spent time attacking President Biden, even though he's no longer in the race.
Because he was forced out via a coup from his own party after serving that party for over half a century. They forced him out. Have you seen Trump struggle? Have you seen him pivot from anything that he's always stood on? He's the same president. He's the same bold leader. He's getting the same massive rallies and support behind him, if not far more than he has in the past. What are these people smoking?
Don't forget, I beat Biden. He failed in the debate miserably.
I've been saying this from the very beginning. The only reason they had that first presidential debate so early is because that was a test for Joe Biden. If he had done well, they would have kept him in the race. They would have not brought in Kamala. This was an opportunity for Biden to show himself whether he's capable of standing up to Donald Trump. And he was so bad. Donald Trump killed him so much in that debate, they had to completely scrap him. And they had enough time to throw in Kamala. And then essentially they'll use all of the might of the media to prop her up so much. And they'll tell you that she's polling even with Donald Trump, but I don't believe that for a second. Call me crazy, but I tend to believe that Donald Trump nationwide is probably up at least 10 points on Kamala, because I do not believe a thing that the media tells me. Because for the last 8 years, since Donald Trump went down that escalator, they have only been feeding me lies. So why would I believe them in regards to this? Bottom line, I think most Americans are waking up to the fact that Donald Trump is not this guy that wants to be king and he wants all this power. No, he's just a guy that actually is protecting us, the everyday American. He often says that they're not after him, they're after you. And he's the one standing in the way. For years, the everyday American has been forgotten about. The Republican and the Democrat were both on the same team. And in comes Donald Trump, a man putting the political world on its head, and they don't know how to handle him. He's a man whose interests are directly tied to the well-being of the everyday average American. That's why people love him. Let me know what you guys think about this down below. Do you believe the polls for Kamala? Do you actually believe that she's winning in the polls? Because I certainly don't. And yeah, if you enjoyed this, make sure to smash a like, comment, subscribe, and I wish you guys nothing but the best. Till next time.